US President Donald Trump has defended the executive order banning refugees from 7 countries from entering the country. In a statement, Mr. Trump says that America will continue to show compassion to those fleeing opposition, but will do so while protecting its citizens and borders. The comment comes in the face of court rulings and mass protests against the ban. Several senior Republicans have also criticised the move. US Bureau Chief Zoe Daniel is in Chicago, where she's been meeting refugees and refugee advocates. So, Zoe, hi there. Firstly, can you give us a sense about the level of opposition to this ban across the country?
Yes, indeed, Ros. Well, as you said, we've been talking with refugee advocates today who are certainly against the ban. So are many community members who've been attending events that we have been attending here in Chicago. And this one that we're at here at O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, I think, says it all. Protesters have been listening to various speakers here this evening. It's freezing cold, well and truly sub-zero temperatures, and these people are here for the second night in a row, just as an act of solidarity, really, after they gathered up last night when people were stopped from coming through when they were in transit and were stopped in immigration, many for several hours before being released at the airport here last night. And as you can see, it's quite a big crowd here, and they are certainly voicing that opposition that you're talking about.
But what about support for the ban? So, because Donald Trump won the election on the promise that he would do exactly what he's done.
Yes, that's right. I mean, Donald Trump is a historically unpopular incoming president, but he still won the election, and therefore that portion of the electorate that voted for him gave him a mandate, in a sense, to do the sorts of things that he proposed doing during the election. And we heard him in many rallies last year, many rallies that I attended all over the country, talking about this exact thing. Certainly tightening up immigration, keeping terrorists out of the country were two of his key platforms. So the people who voted for him won't be surprised, and in fact they'll be very pleased that he's acting on the sort of thing that he put forward during the election campaign, that he's taking action rather than just talking. I guess the thing is, though, that he may now be caught up in various forms of legal action as challenges are made to the things that he's trying to do. Supporters of him, though, Roz, say that this sort of thing is an overreaction, that a small number of people have been directly affected by the bans. Let's take a look at what Kellyanne Conway, one of his senior advisors, said on that today.
These 7 countries, what about the 46 majority Muslim countries that are not included? Right there, it totally undercuts this nonsense that this is a Muslim ban. This is a ban on travel, prospective travel from countries trying to prevent terrorists in this country, from countries that have a recent history of training and exporting and harboring terrorists.
So you've been spending time with refugees there today. What are some of the stories that you've been told?
Yeah, the stories are really varied. I guess there are a lot of families in various cities across America who are waiting for family members, and there are sort of different groups of them. There are people whose family members may have green cards and be legal residents of the United States who are out of the country, perhaps on holidays, visiting family members or studying, who now don't know what their status is. But also here in Chicago today, we've been talking to Syrian refugees who have come first, expecting family members to join them. We spoke with one woman who moved with her 4 children from Homs in Syria to Jordan, went through a 2-year vetting process and arrived here in the US a month ago with 4 of her kids, but left one of her sons in Jordan with his young family, and he's now stuck there. So they're the sorts of situations that we're hearing about. The other thing, Roz, is this crowd behind me is full of Muslims who've come here to be with their community, to feel, I guess, embraced by their community, because they do say that they very much feel targeted by this ban, by the president of the country that they call their own, because they are citizens of America.
So Daniel in Chicago, thank you. In the UK, there's been confusion and anger over the visa ban, forcing the government to clarify the impact on British dual nationals. The Foreign Office says it now understands the ban only applies to people